What's up, everybody? This is Cody, and welcome to the first episode of This or That, presented by Road to Whitetail. So today we're going to explore some of the differences and similarities between baiting a tree stand and planting a food plot. So let's start with baiting a tree stand. So one thing I would say about baiting a tree stand is the cost. So it's without a doubt cheaper of the two alternatives, but it's one of those examples of it really is you get what you pay for. So yes, it's going to be cheaper, but it's definitely going to be inconsistent. It's something you're going to constantly need to replenish. So I would definitely say it's also inconsistent. And what I really mean by that is that it's going to be, you're going to get the local deer, you're going to get deer that potentially could be passing by, but it's not going to draw deer off of other properties. It's not going to hold your deer. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, we're going to put a Band-Aid on it, but we're not really fixing the problem. And also I would say there's less variety. So variety is also an issue. When you're thinking of baiting a stand, what are you using? You're using apples, you're using corn. A buddy of ours uses bagels, so it's one of those things where you can pull up to the orchard and say, okay, fill up the back of my truck. May only cost you $50, $100, but you're going to need to constantly do it month over month or week over week, and you're limited to those options. Whereas a food plot, it's definitely going to be more expensive, so it's going to be pricier. But as I previously mentioned, it's going to yield awesome dividends. So we've been doing food plots for the past few seasons. We're relatively new, but it's been great. Every sit I'm seeing 30, 40 deer, and one, it gives me a great inventory of what's really on my property. Two, hopefully it's going to help me hold those deer and we're not sitting on a big piece. We're talking probably 60, 70 acres, but it has a lot of cover, it has water, and now we're hoping that it has food all year long. But we're paying for that. So if you have the capability, if you have the land, if you have the ability to do so, we're leaning a little more towards the food plot lately. And that definitely comes into the consistency factor. When I'm sitting in an early season sit now, I have clover in front of me, I have some of the turnips starting to blossom. And I'm really getting an idea of, okay, here's where the deer are coming from. I'm noticing different trends, and I'm able to pattern these deer much better. For a late season when the hunting gets tough, I'll have an idea of really where I want to play the wind, or if I want to hang a stand closer to their bedding area. Just the idea of where they're coming from is much more consistent as opposed to sitting over a bait pile. They could pop out from any direction because, the bait's not always going to be there. It's just a much different feel, and it's a much different hunt. And there's also a great amount of variety. So for us last year, we did a blend. We did a couple different type of clover. We did some brassicas. We did some of the turnips, some of the radishes, and it really helped feed our deer all year long. And we weren't consistently worrying about where or when we needed to replenish a bait pile, because we knew that this was going to be an all year, 12-month out of the year type of feeding source, and we really grew to the point where we wanted to manage our deer. So if we had to go this or that, we're going with this. But like I said, it's one of those experiences where first time around really getting into it is going to be tough because you need the machinery, you need the money. Although it could be a bigger upfront outlay, you're not worrying about picking up food every month or every week. And it's really been a great experience for us. So like I said, if we're going this or that, we're going with this. I think this is a scenario where it's kind of a both, but give it a try. Let us know what you think, and follow us at Road to Whitetail.